Ladies and gentlemen, we got a point guard / shooting guard. Let me just make sure that I have everything. This is very unlike the MLB, what happened with the MLB trade deadline, where everything happened. I think the deadline is usually at 4 o'clock, and then everything happens after that. Philadelphia 76ers acquire OKC's George Hill for Tony Bradley, Terrence Ferguson, and 2 future second-round picks. And I am led to believe that this is not the only deal they are making today, because now they're kind of short at the center position. And with Joel out for I don't know how many more games, I guess I could look that up. Apparently he's improving, but he's still going to be out until at least the Nuggets game. There's no timetable yet, apparently. I don't know why it says they're 30 and 14. They're not. They're 31 and 13, this article that I'm reading. They think that he's going to be back at least for the Nuggets game. We'll see if that's true. I don't know. Let's see. All right. I want to try to share the screen, but I'm not used to YouTube rules. I'm going to move over. I might move over at one point to the couch behind me to do this. They haven't mentioned it on NBC. I wonder if is there like a live NBA live trade tracker. I'm just going to go to Woj's Twitter. This is good for the Heat. First of all, it's really good for the Heat because now they're the favorites to get Lowry. So they really screwed themselves there. They could have had Tyrese Maxey. Now they're going to get what? Duncan Robinson, apparently. So, yeah, officially, Sixers are out on Kyle Lowry. Obviously, George Hill is he's been injured for a while. I wonder when he's going to come back, first of all. So the Sixers are probably going to have to go. They're probably going to have to go a few games at least without Hill. I haven't paid that much attention to the guy this season. And of course, I can't get anywhere without like disabling my ad blocker. Let's see. So they're not going to get Norman Powell. Norman Powell got traded to Portland, which is I thought that there was a chance that they might get Norman Powell right after getting George Hill, but that is not the case. Norman Powell is going to Portland, and now Portland is going to be stacked over there. I mean, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, now Norman Powell, who's having a career year. So, no Lonzo Ball. I wonder what's going on with JJ Redick, though. Let's see. I mean, the Sixers already got their guard now, so I guess it really doesn't matter. I hate Google News. It doesn't show things in order. Denver acquires Aaron Gordon. That happened a few hours ago. Magic are pretty much blowing it up. Here we go. Raptors send Powell to Blazers. Knicks Thunder 76ers three-way deal. New York receives Terrence Ferguson. OKC receives Austin Rivers, Tony Bradley, and Sixers 2025-2026 second-round picks. Okay. Philadelphia receives George Hill and Iggy Brazdeikis. They're apparently finalizing this, but it's pretty much gone through. If Woj tweets it, that means it has to be true. That's a good deal, honestly. I mean, long term, they're going to struggle maybe at center for the next few weeks. But I wonder what that depth chart looks like now then. Because they're going to have to start Dwight Howard then tonight. I mean, but who's going to back him up? That's my question. Mike Scott, I guess. They're really thin at center now, though. I mean, until Embiid comes back. But tonight, there's going to be... Actually, you know what? They're probably going to start Mike Scott tonight. It's going to be Simmons, Korkmaz. Danny Green is apparently day-to-day. I wonder if he's... I wonder if he's starting tonight. Unless they trade him, last minute. But then they're going to have nobody for tonight. Apparently, the Warriors are interested in trading for Danny Green. I don't know who he'd get in return. This is late, too. This is 12:59 today. I don't know who he'd get in return. Sixers reporting for George and trading for George Hill. We already know that. Let's see. So if he doesn't start tonight, then it's going to wind up being Simmons, Korkmaz, Thibault, Harris, and then Mike Scott. Oh, boy. We're supposed to beat the Lakers tonight without AD, with Allen. This is going to not go well if they wind up being short-staffed and losing this game. They're still in this battle. They might be, if they win tonight, they'd be 2 games up on the East, on every other team in the East. The Brooklyn Nets, by virtue of some tiebreaker right now, are in 3rd place. That's not going to stay like that, obviously, but Milwaukee's on an 8-game win streak. Brooklyn lost last night, really shorthanded, didn't have their big 3 guys, and they lost to the Jazz. Not to mention they were playing a back-to-back. They lost by 30 points. So now they're 1.5 games back. This is a big game for the Sixers tonight against a Lakers team that's really short-staffed. They've got to win this one. You got to think. No matter who you have, you've got to win tonight. I mean, they've been short-staffed at center anyway. So, I mean, maybe Vincent Poirier will get some minutes. I don't know how much time Dwight Howard's been playing, but here we go. Let me refresh these pages. See if anything else has come through. Nope. Most recent trades were Sixers and then Norman Powell. They got to update this depth chart. It's going to take them forever. They're never going to get it done. When is George Hill going to return? That's what I want to know. Like, all right. This says he's been sidelined since January after undergoing surgery on his right thumb, but he recently had his cast removed and could be available to play within the next week or two if he has healed as anticipated and if his conditioning is in order. Nice. All right, so we're getting him back at a really good time. Let's just hope that he'll be okay. He's obviously not going to play tonight. He'll probably come back for at the end of the road trip, which ends on the 3rd against Cleveland. He'll probably play the first game back at Wells Fargo Center. Until then, I still want to know when Joel is coming back. I mean, this article that I shared the other day said he could be back within a week. He's going to be evaluated, I think it said before the Nuggets game. Let's see. I would not be surprised if he's really pushing that 2-week timetable and might even come back earlier. Well, it is 2 weeks now, pretty much. I mean, the injury was on March 12th. I don't know. I guess we'll see about Embiid. Hopefully he'll be back on the road trip. I mean, I don't think that they would trade, and this is what one of the guys on Twitter said. I don't think they would trade Tony Bradley unless they expected Embiid to be back soon. I mean, Dwight Howard's going to play a lot tonight. I mean, how much did he play the other night? That's my question. Hold on, I got to go back and look for something. All right, that's what I originally intended. I originally intended to tweet out that I was live streaming. Okay. Yeah, the Raptors sent Norman Powell to the Trailblazers in exchange for Gary Trent Jr. and Rodney Hood, and apparently this is like a really good trade. I don't know too much about Gary Trent or Rodney Hood, but a lot of people like this trade for both teams. I think the Nuggets right now are winning free agency. They got Aaron Gordon. They got somebody else. I forget who they just got. Oh, Vucevic. They might have got. I think they got. I might be wrong. Oh no, wait. Vucevic went to Chicago, I think. Oh, JaVale McGee. That's pretty good. So they got JaVale McGee. They got Aaron Gordon. That's pretty good. I think the Nuggets are winning this so far. I mean, we'll see if the Sixers do anything else. But Nuggets right now should be favorites for the West. I mean, at least for the next couple of weeks. Oklahoma City now has a projected 34 draft picks over the next 7 years. Wow. What are they going to do? They're going to have like half of those guys, they're going to be in the minors, and the other half. No, you know what? Not even. I mean, they're going to draft a bunch of guys and what? Expect a few busts, I guess? Or like default on picks? Like, what? Oh, boy. What else can you do if you're Oklahoma City at this point? All right, let me see. So the other night against the Golden State Warriors, Dwight Howard had 14 minutes. Mike Scott had 12 for a combined total of 26. And those guys are going to be playing 48 minutes tonight. Vincent Poirier is 100% getting in tonight's game. That's not even a question. I mean, let's just hope that they start early, get out to a huge lead, and then they can just put in they can just put in Vincent Poirier. All right, I'm closing this. These guys are way behind. NBC Sports, what y'all doing over there? All right, Oklahoma, yeah. Is Iggy Brazdeikis. He's going to be a third-tier player, I assume. Shake Milton's backing up. Yeah, there we go. I'm glad that they didn't give up that much. I mean, they really didn't give up that much. You still got Matisse. I mean, unless they make another trade, still got Matisse. Still got Maxey. Like, I think that's a pretty good trade. I mean, the next couple of days, it might not look like a good trade because now you're without Tony Bradley, and he had a great game the other day. But, like, for George Hill, you guys just got a really good three-point shooter, and you're keeping Maxey and Matisse. I mean, we'll see if they make another trade. Who are the top centers available right now? Or you know what? Who are the top forwards available? I mean, they might still be in the market for a small forward. I mean, if they're not confident in Danny Green. I'm not confident in Danny Green. Hell, that guy's inconsistent like no one else in the league. There's been nothing else recently. I wonder if ESPN is showing anything. If I can have Watch ESPN up. And then also be live streaming, or if there's going to be like a terrible lag with that. You know what? I'm not even going to put it up on my laptop. I'm going to put it up on my phone. Let's see what ESPN is talking about. If I can find the app. I'm excited about this trade, though. I mean, even if he's not back for a couple of weeks, oh well. George Hill, I mean, like, even if he's not going to be back for, let's say, till early April, let's say till the end of the road trip, like, still, if he comes back and he's good, that's going to look like a really good trade for the Sixers. I mean, we didn't want to give up Matisse. We didn't want to give up Maxey. Bulls acquire Vucevic. Yeah, we already knew that. Al-Farouq Aminu from the Magic as well. They're pretty much tanking. They decided that today is tank day. Celtics get Evan Fournier. We already knew that. That was earlier. Trade deadline is in an hour and a half. Aaron Gordon to the Nuggets. Yeah, who are the Nuggets, or who are the Magic even going to have left for tonight? They're going to get, I mean, they might have played last night, so they might not have to worry about that. But, like, in 2 nights, who are they going to have? They're going to be so bad for the next couple of days. Yeah, they don't play tonight. Orlando is playing Portland tomorrow. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Nuggets acquired JaVale McGee. I said that. Norman Powell to Portland. Portland. I think Portland and Denver. Those are the two guys that are winning today. I mean, Sixer, like, George Hill is kind of a smaller move. Like, I would have preferred they got Lonzo. Yeah, there they go. Sixers acquired George Hill from Thunder. This isn't as much as a John Tavares going to the Maple Leafs moment as I might have thought it, or as I thought it might have been. I'm going to go to NBA TV, like SportsCenter. I had SportsCenter on before, but they were talking about like college basketball and stuff. I'm like, come on now. Let's see what's on NBA TV. Oh no, they're re-showing the game. That's even worse. Come on now. Where do we get our trade deadline coverage from? Do I have to go to Sportsnet for that? Seriously? They're not doing anything now. That's why I hate the NBA trade deadline now. Let's see. Hold up. Phillies news. Ivan Nova and Hector Rondon have both requested and been granted the release from the Phillies. I mean, really? Okay. Like, bye. Nothing else from Woj. Nothing else from Sportsnet. I'm on the Sportsnet Canada website, so let's see. Now, of course, there's nothing going on. What does one do when nothing is going on? I mean, here's the thing. At center, the Sixers have depth. So, I mean, it's not necessarily good depth, but they've got three guys that are active that are listed for center. Like, I'm not comparing Dwight Howard, Mike Scott, and Vincent Poirier to Ben Simmons, Shake Milton, and Tyrese Maxey. Like, obviously, if you line them up, Simmons is better than Howard right now. Milton's better than Scott at his position. Maxey's obviously better than Poirier at his position. But, like, I don't know. I feel good about tonight, even with not having Tony Bradley. I mean, because you would at least retain Maxey, you retain Green, Korkmaz, Thibault. Like, they didn't give up anything. They might still make another trade. This doesn't mean, however, that they're done making moves, according to Philly Voice. The Sixers are reportedly on the verge of acquiring. Oh yeah, we already knew that. You know what? Honestly, Kyle Lowry's been really inconsistent this year. Like I might have preferred him to George Hill, but for the amount we gave up, like that's a better trade. They were asking for Matisse Thybulle. You are not getting Matisse Thybulle. I am sorry. So I would expect Kyle Lowry to wind up going to Miami. I mean, I don't know who the Lakers are going to give up though. Like if they're still in on Lowry, I guess we'll see. That would be a pretty stacked team too. I don't want him to go to the Lakers. I'd rather he goes to the Heat. They Duncan Robinson was in the deal. Tyler Hero was not. Only the Raptors know whether or not getting Hero would change their viewpoint. And of course, they're talking about baseball now on SportsCenter. Come on now. It's the trade deadline. I mean, who have the Sixers had their eyes on, though, besides, like, a guard? Like, have they had their eyes on a small forward besides Norman Powell? Or are they done now? Like, is this it? Or is there more? Remember last game Sixers played the Lakers in? Anybody? 107, 106. That was that Tobias Harris winner. That's when Embiid played and LeBron played and I think AD played in that game, and the Sixers still won. So all these guys that are leaders in different things are like not playing. Embiid leads in points per game. LeBron leads his team in points. Embiid rebounds. LeBron assists. Embiid blocks. None of them are playing. Ben Simmons, though. Ben Simmons is playing. He leads a team in assists, but, like, that's assists. No one really cares. Marc Gasol, is he playing? He leads the Lakers in blocks per game. They're going to be playing small ball today, so they can't be getting blocked. You don't have Bradley. You don't have Embiid. It's going to be tough. Let's see. I would assume Marc Gasol is playing. Did the Lakers play last night? No, I guess not. They played the Pelicans 2 nights ago and lost. I don't think Marc Gasol didn't play the other night. Did not play. Coach's decision. We'll see, I guess, if he plays tonight. But starting lineup for the Lakers the other night was Kyle Kuzma, Markieff Morris, Devontae Cacok, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. I'm sorry. I'm mispronouncing these names. And Dennis Schroeder. All right, so I feel pretty good about the Sixers' chances tonight. This is definitely going to be a trap game, that means. They're really still replaying. I mean, come on now. Like, the NBA trade deadline is happening, and they're re-showing NCAA highlights. They're re-showing that women's buzzer beater. Like, yeah, y'all showed this an hour ago. We get it. It's crazy. I mean, it's nothing against women's basketball or anything. I watch the WNBA like at least a few times. Like, because if there was a Philly team, I'd watch the WNBA a lot more. I mean, like, you don't have to worry about me being sexist. I watched Rider basketball, Rider women's basketball last year more than I watched Rider men's basketball because the women's team was better. So, fair weather fan. So I was watching them like I would go to their games. I would rather go to their games rather than the men's games last year because they were winning a lot of games. And like the men's team was good, but the women's team, they were historic last year. But like, why are you showing this again? Like it happened like two days ago, right? Or oh, it might have happened yesterday. I don't know. But like, you're showing it twice in the middle of the afternoon when there's the NBA trade deadline happening. Woj hasn't tweeted again. No more tweets from Woj. So look, what's that Portland Trailblazers lineup look like? I mean, Norman Powell's a small forward, isn't he? So now you've got Damian Lillard. They've already updated this. That's crazy. They haven't even updated the Sixers one. Oh, now they did. I mean, kind of. They kind of updated it. It says Ben Simmons. Seth Curry's out. Oh, they got rid of Embiid. What? Well, you got to put him back. I mean, they just like completely deleted Joel Embiid. That's crazy. We didn't trade him, did we? Ben Simmons, Furkan Korkmaz, Danny Green, who's probably going to be game time decision if we haven't made an announcement yet, Tobias Harris, and then Mike Scott or Dwight Howard tonight. Probably Mike Scott. Dwight Howard doesn't start. I don't really get that. Come on, y'all. Put Embiid back up there. Don't scare me like that. I know you're getting rid of Tony Bradley, but like Joel Embiid didn't like go away. Yeah, so the Trailblazers, Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Norman Powell, Robert Covington, Enes Kanter. Holy smokes, that's a good lineup. And Carmelo Anthony coming off the bench. That's crazy. Those guys. I want to look at the standings right now because I know those guys are going to be shooting up there. It's the Nuggets and the Blazers conference to lose. They're sixth. They're going to be a lot higher than sixth when Norman Powell starts playing for them. Nuggets are fifth. Blazers are sixth. They're going to get up there real quick. I mean, they're going to catch. I think they're going to catch the Suns now at least. I mean, if AD is out, I don't know how long AD is out for. And LeBron's out 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, it's going to be Denver's definitely Denver and Portland. They're definitely going to pass the Lakers. We'll see about the Clippers. The Clippers are not performing as well as they should. I think they're going to pass the Suns. I think it's going to be Jazz, Clippers, Nuggets, Blazers, Suns, Lakers at this point. Unless, like, LeBron cuts his injury time. But, like, that's your MVP right there. You got to perform without him, and they haven't been performing without him. Not like the Sixers have in the last few games without Embiid. Like, we thought that was a big loss. They've played. They've showed up. I mean, they look kind of like Brett Brown's old team. Like, they don't show up for the third quarter anymore sometimes, but They've got a good coach now. They don't have Brett Brown, so they're actually still winding up winning these games that they're blowing the leads in. They're sharing the wealth on the Lakers right now, though. I mean, they've got Montrezl Harrell. I think that's how you say his name. He's got 18 points, and he's leading their scoring, or at least that was the case with the Pelicans game the other night. No moves. No more moves yet. Are they all just going to wait for 3 o'clock now? Of course, I just got a notification about Carter Hart's season. It says Carter Hart's nightmare season. Don't remind me. I know, we're going to lose tonight. Who cares? The Sixers are on. They're on at 10. But still. Watch the first 2 periods of the Flyers game, take a short break, do some work, come back, watch a real sport. Because what the Flyers are playing isn't a real sport. They still didn't put Embiid back in the Sixers depth chart. What the hell? I'm going to screenshot this. Rip Embiid. Gotta clickbait the hell out of this. There we go. If y'all look on my Twitter. I didn't put that in the description. Uh-oh. Let's see if I can edit. I'm going to put all the links in the description now. And hope that everything works out alright. Now I gotta find the links. Ah. I know most people, if any, that are watching this delayed. There we go. The links are in the description now. Lonzo. Bulls are still reportedly in on Lonzo. Apparently, the Knicks, the Bulls. That's it seems like. The Knicks and the Bulls are the 2 big teams in on Lonzo. And with the Sixers out on a guard, I mean, that gives a lot of room. Unless, they make another trade and bring George Hill off the bench. If they do that, if they get Lonzo, if they still get Lonzo, I mean, they're reportedly out on Lowry. I don't think they'll get Lonzo. I don't think they should get Lonzo. Where's Chicago at in the standings? They're going to make the playoffs. I mean, with the amount of trades they're making, they're 10th right now, so they'd be in the play-in round. They might get up to 7th or 8th. Maybe even 6th. I don't know. I can't see them not making the playoffs with the lineup they have now. I mean, this is the shoot, I just saw this tweet. Apparently the Celtics are still in on Lonzo Ball. Still lots of names available with over an hour left. Victor Oladipo. What position does he play again? He's a shooting guard, small forward. I know the Sixers aren't probably going to go after him. Danny Green is still a name available, so They might still wind up trading Danny Green, in which case Matisse Thybulle would make the start tonight. So it would be Ben Simmons, Furkan, Matisse, Tobias, and Dwight Howard or Mike Scott. Probably Mike Scott, but I'm not going to write off Dwight Howard to finally start a game. I would think they would have to. There we go. Embiid's back. They put Embiid back in the depth chart. And George Hill, they put him at point guard. Okay. I mean, Hill's probably gonna start a shooting guard, I would think. I mean, he's both. He plays both positions. Shouldn't he be starting shooting guard for this team? I mean, he's out for now, but it's going to be the starting lineup. The starting lineup, what it's going to look like right now when all the injuries are solved, is Ben Simmons, George Hill, Danny Green, Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. That's a really sick starting lineup. And coming off the bench, Seth Curry, Shake Milton, Matisse Thybulle, Dwight Howard, Furkan Korkmaz. Now they might wind up starting Shake Milton tonight. I'm not sure, but I think they're gonna start Furkan Korkmaz at shooting guard, and then I guess we'll see. But I think it's weird that they have him listed as the backup point guard to Simmons. He's not gonna come off the bench. I mean, I can't imagine he would come off the bench. He's averaging 11 points per game. Let's see, Seth Curry. You know what? Seth Curry's actually averaging more. So he might wind up coming off the bench. But that's still a pretty good addition for that bench, either way. I was hoping that they would get more. I still think that if Danny Green is still a name that they're throwing around, they could get somebody else. I'm looking for that Bulls starting lineup again. They've got Vucevic. They've got... Yeah, they've pretty got a whole new team over there. Let me see this Bulls depth chart. If George Hill does come off the bench, that's still good for the depth. Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams. I don't think this is completely updated. But Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic. Notre Dame hockey team out of NCAA tournament after positive COVID-19 test. RIP. VCU. I mean, who else did the Bulls get? Am I missing something? First, let me refresh this Philly page. I got 100 tabs open right now. Troy Brown, Mo Wagner to the Bulls. Vucevic. LaVine and Vucevic, that's a pretty good duo over there. I mean, we were talking about big duos last year back when the NBA was a lot more fair. In terms of the balance of how much teams had. Like, this would have been a really good duo if we're talking about last year. They're still not going to win the East, but like they might make a decent playoff run. So Portland actually is playing tonight. Norman Powell's not going to play that game. They're going to start Derek Jones Jr., I would think. He's listed as their backup small forward. Going back to Woj's Twitter. Still nothing. Everybody's going to wait. Everybody will just be waiting until 3 o'clock. And then desperation time will come in, and then we're going to start seeing like some real trades. Not to say that we haven't yet, but everything's going to start coming in. I can't believe ESPN doesn't just have like a live trade thing. Oh, wait, they might. The last update was 120. So I guess the Heat right now are like the front runners for Lowry, but they don't want to give up Tyler Hero. Oladipo and Lowry, those are the two guys that they think are going to go to Miami. Someone made a meme. It was like, it says, Heat fans would say no to this trade, basically. And it's LeBron James, Kevin Durant, James Harden, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, and Giannis Antetokounmpo for Tyler Hero. It says plus 147 increase in projected wins for the Heat, and then minus 42 for whichever other team, total. Oh my lord. Minus 42, and they would still, they'd still say no. That's crazy. Who Heat fans thought Hero was going to become during the season? And it's a picture of Kobe Bryant. Raptors are going to get screwed. In the Kyle Lowry race, they're going to get nobody. They're going to get Duncan Robinson. I don't think the Heat are going to give up Tyler Hero. They should, but they're not. All right, 1 hour left. About 1 hour to the deadline. They're showing the same damn Michigan story again. Come on, SportsCenter. You're replaying the same stuff over and over, really? There's a NBA trade deadline happening. And y'all are looking at anything else. I wonder if NBA TV, that game of the day thing, that was supposed to end at 12. Or at 2, I mean. NBA action is next. Watch channel. They're showing the end of this Bucks Celtics game. Let's hope they've got like actual trade coverage here. I mean, people really just are watching Woj's Twitter right now. In other Philadelphia news, the Eagles apparently got Joe Flacco. So that's pretty cool, I guess. I mean, this potential Bulls lineup could be scary if they get Lonzo Ball as what this is what I was looking for. Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine, Patrick Williams, Lauri Markkanen, Nikola. I can't say his first name. Nikola Vucevic. That would be scary if they get Lonzo Ball. All right. They should be ending this soon. I'm getting rid of the Sportsnet page. I'm just going to leave up the ESPN page. One hour left of this. Probably more like an hour and a half. How the this is what I don't get. How the Magic starting with the rebuild? They've been trash forever. I mean, how old is Aaron Gordon anyway? Aaron Gordon's 25. All right, so he's probably at the end of his contract. First round pick, 4th overall in 2014. So he was right behind Embiid. And that man's getting traded while Embiid is probably going to the conference finals. NBA action. Y'all got news? No, they're not showing any of that. What are they doing? What are y'all doing? What are they even supposed to do? Oh, now they're not even going to start their trade deadline coverage till 2:30. Shaking my head. And I don't want to. I would like stop live streaming, except I don't want to miss anything. What is NBA The Jump? That's what ESPN's showing now. Because if something happens the next half hour and I'm not on stream for that, that would suck. I want to catch a live reaction. We had those 2 big trades and then nothing else since then.
Away from the NBA trade deadline, 3 o'clock Eastern. We're going to be on the air all the way through it up until 4 p.m. p.m. Eastern to react to all of today's deal. We've got standing by as well. NBA champ Kendrick.
This is going to be so fun to download later.
We've got so many people here today to barely keep everyone.
I'm not going to even download the stream unless there's a major trade for the Sixers.
Yes, we thought we could bring the trade plan back, but we were thwarted by COVID protocols. I mean, you set one guy on fire one time, and people get concerned about safety. But never fear, Director Kathy and crew are hooking us up. We have a virtual smoke machine anytime major news happens. It's something.
Less is more. Less is more. But that's fine. I'll take virtual versus the. Yeah, I didn't get the call last week to be on the trade show, so yeah, I'm excited to hear that. I am too. Okay, I didn't call you.
Gentlemen, more is more.
More is
Thank
more.
you very much. It is time for today's trade deadline update brought to you by Kia. Because
They're just doing updates now on ESPN.
Magic and Nuggets have agreed on a deal to send forward Aaron Gordon to Denver. Sources telling ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski now in exchange, Gary Harris, RJ Hampton, and a projected 2025 first-round pick go to Orlando.
I'll turn this up so that it's audible.
Acquiring JaVale McGee from the Cavaliers for Isaiah Hartenstein and 2 second-round picks. McGee has, of course, won 3 titles in the past 4 years. The Bulls also making a big splash today. Woj reporting they're getting Magic All-Star center Nikola Vucevic from the Magic for Wendell Carter.
Vucevic,
Two
not
first-round draft
Vucevic.
picks. Chicago
I'm an
currently
idiot.
A game and a half out of that final playoff spot in the East. And the Magic not done dealing. They also traded guard Evan Fournier, never Google, to the Celtics for 2 second-round draft picks. Fournier is averaging a career-high 19.7 points per game, hitting nearly 39% of his three-pointers. Evan quickly introduced himself to Celtics fan on Twitter, posting, "If you're not familiar with me, please Google my last name. You're welcome." Let me repeat, do not do that, people. Just trust me. Just trust me. Have some trust. And George
Excuse
Hill
me?
headed to the Philadelphia 76ers as part of a 3-way deal involving the Oklahoma City Thunder. Richard is literally sitting next to me Googling right now.
Okay.
New York Knicks sources told
I'm not
Woj.
going to go to images on that, but okay.
Here we go. Woo! Why? I just said never Google.
I have to. Oh, that's not nice. Yeah. No. Bradley Beal, here we go. Where are you going, Bradley?
One of the biggest
Hold up.
targets on the market is, of course, Kyle Lowry. He was an active
Bradley
last night
Beal
for the Raptors
said,
in a win over the
oh,
Nuggets.
wait,
Lowry
that might not
was
mean
a
anything.
career
Never
high
mind.
+42
He said,
in
here we
last
go.
year. Cameron
That's all he
Scott Lowry
said.
walking off the
I
court
thought they were
in
going to trade
Tampa,
Beal.
obviously for the
What the
last
hell?
time in a
What's going
Raptors
on?
uniform. And look, we all have famous fans who go on teams. Well, a fan interrupted Kyle's press conference.
You guys, we have a special guest here.
I just want to know if you guys have any. I'm here to translate. I'm his translator.
You know you're not. No, I know you're not. I'll get you what I've done, bro.
That would be Drake. Drake FaceTime in to Kyle Lowry's press conference. He is certainly the biggest.
All right, here we go. I'm going to turn this down for a second.
Drake, yes, Drake is available for 7 first-round picks. And the question
It said this. I just read this from that same outlet from before, Philly Voice. It's worth noting that after speaking to his sources, our owner doesn't rule out the team still making a move for Lowry, especially since they were able to keep both Danny Green's and Mike Scott's contracts used for potential salary matching. Additionally, Green's name has popped up in trade rumors this afternoon, with the veteran wing being linked to the Warriors, perhaps as part of a 3-team deal. I don't think they're going to get anybody from the Warriors. I don't think they're going to send them, or I don't think they're going to get anything from the Warriors. I think they might get. It depends on who the third team is. All the all the Warriors fans are so mad, and then all the Sixers fans are trolling them, saying like, "Oh yeah, we're getting Steph Curry." Oh no, no! Don't even try to get my hopes up like that. That's not even a question. 3-team trade for Lowry. Oh no! Who would we give to the Raptors then? The Warriors fans are so mad at this. Oh boy. If we get rid of Danny Green and we get like I don't know, who would be the third team besides the Raptors? And then who would start tonight? And then Matisse Thybulle starting. That actually wouldn't be too bad. Furkan Korkmaz, I'm telling you, is going to play 30 minutes tonight if they wind up trading Danny Green. He's going to be starting at shooting guard, and then he's going to come off the bench for small forward to replace Matisse. Because, I mean, look, the depth chart for small forward is also really thin. It's like Danny Green, Matisse, and then Furkan, who's guard forward. He's like he plays shooting guard and then small forward sometimes. So they'd have a starting lineup tonight of Simmons, Shake Milton probably, Matisse Thybulle, Tobias Harris, Dwight Howard, and then Furkan would come off the bench for shooting guard or small forward. Or, no, that's it. That's literally it. They'd have Tyrese Maxey coming off the bench for shooting guard. Tyrese Maxey would be the backup shooting guard tonight. And Furkan would be the backup small forward. And Mike Scott would be the center. And there would be nobody to back up Tobias Harris except, Paul Reed. Paul Reed would get a ton of minutes. So if you want to go for a depth chart for tonight, it'd be Ben Simmons. You know what? Probably Furkan will probably start, actually. So Simmons, Korkmaz, Thybulle, Harris, Howard. Second strings. Maxey and Milton at guard. Well, yeah, Maxey and Milton at guard. Probably Maxey at point guard. Milton at shooting guard. Small forward would be, I said Furkan starting. So Matisse would be backing him up. Paul Reed would be backing up Tobias Harris. And then Mike Scott would be backing up Dwight Howard. And that'd be literally it. Vincent Poirier apparently now is day-to-day. I don't know when that happened, but like they're going to need Poirier tonight. They're still updating this thing. This is crazy. Oh, they just updated it to put Brazdeikis as a fifth string power forward. Also not playing tonight.
It did not work out. They had to move him to the bench and go back to Kendrick Nunn. So if you're the Miami Heat, which Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, they all about winning championships, and you got a chance to get your hands on Kyle Lowry.
Hold up. New trade. This isn't major for Philly. Toronto is trading guard Matt Thomas to the Utah Jazz for future second-round pick. Whoa! A league-shattering trade. Top comment. Oh, boy.
Tell him the truth. No, this is my take. I understand. Do you want to know if Kyle Lowry's whole thing would be done? This would be over if they said yes to Hero. If they said yes to Hero, because you know who still has high expectations for him? Miami. Do you know who else has high expectations for Tyler Hero? The Toronto Raptors. So, in my opinion, I'm not saying that like he didn't exceed, the expectations of after playing in the bubble, but ultimately, you don't want to give up young assets for what could be a rental. I don't think Kyle Lowry is the final piece for a championship for the Miami Heat. That's just my opinion.
By the way, I'm keep looking down because, of course, I've got my phone set for all the Woj bombs, and Woj just tweeted, Toronto is trading, and I was like, it's guard. It's Matt Thomas for Utah Jazz for a future second round pick.
They're trading everyone. It is a yard.
Blockbuster. Matt Thomas to Utah Jazz. Blockbuster trade. The league is over. Utah Jazz win the title now because they have Matt Thomas. Who the hell is Matt Thomas? Wow. Thank you, Woj. What an update. Has ESPN updated? Oh no, ESPN doesn't have it yet. It might not be final. This league-shattering trade.
They are unguardable.
Here we go. 45 minutes. Or 48 if we're being exact. Why is Matisse trending? Oh, Matisse has been trending. Never mind. This is all the earlier stuff that I already saw.
Be a little faster on his feet than Paul Millsap or JaMychal Green. And they're
You know what I want to know?
Shooting a little shaky, but he's a vertical element that they haven't had. He's a kind of cutter they haven't had. He's a better
Who?
than Jeremy Grant.
I'm going to turn this down again for a second. Deal opens a roster spot. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. Deal opens a roster spot to take on an additional player in a Lowry trade, I guess for Toronto. Raptors continue talking to teams on deals with 45 minutes of deadline. Within 45 minutes of deadline, Thomas gives Jazz another in an end line of three-point shooters on the team. So I'm confused. So are we still in on Lowry? Are we still in on Ball? Are the Pelicans the other team? So, like, who are we trading? Maxey, Danny Green to, I don't know, Danny Green to the Warriors, and then who do we get back from the Warriors? Like that, I don't know what's going on anymore. I don't know how a 3-team trade would work with this. And they want Green, but who are we getting from the Warriors? The Warriors aren't that good except for Steph. Of course, I'm going to go back and do the thing that I've been doing this whole time, looking at box scores from the most recent game. I mean, who was the guy that torched us the other night? Like, the guy that was a whole reason that the Warriors got back in the game. Are we getting that guy? Kelly Oubre. Are we getting Kelly Oubre? I don't think we're getting Oubre. Man's 25 years old. Although he's a UFA at the end of the season. I mean, that would be crazy. If they give us Oubre, you know what? Even if we don't go like for a 3-team trade, even if we just give them Danny Green and Seth Curry in exchange for, I mean, this is a really stupid deal if they plan on re-signing him. I don't know if they do plan on re-signing him. But if the Sixers get Kelly Oubre, that'd be crazy. Or even Jordan Poole. That would be a big deal, too. How old is Jordan Poole? I can't imagine that it would be another guard, though. That's kind of the thing that's... I don't know. But who's at small forward tonight, then? I mean, Matisse and Furkan, and then who's backing up Shake Milton? Tyrese? And who's backing up Simmons? Nobody. It's going to be like... There are going to be 8 active players tonight. I hope the Lakers trade for Lowry so that way they're short-staffed. And then we get, like, Lonzo Ball. Because that way it can be just a battle of, like, 7 players. Like, everybody's going to be tired. I'm trying to figure out, like, who would the Sixers get? Wiggins? What's Wiggins' contract look like? Wiggins is a shooting guard, small forward. His contract sucks. You know what? Nah, they shouldn't take on this guy. They shouldn't take on Wiggins. His contract is trash. I don't care how many points he puts up per night. Yeah, I don't care. They better get Steph. They better get Steph or Klay Thompson. Although Klay Thompson's out for the season, so never mind. I don't know who would they trade for Danny Green. I don't see, like, I think the Sixers one way or another would get ripped off in that trade. Unless they get Kelly Oubre. But I don't think they will. Or Jordan Poole. Well, I didn't look up Jordan Poole's contract. So Jordan Poole's contract is actually, you know what? Nah, that's pretty bad. I don't think they'll trade for him. It's a rookie. It's a rookie contract anyway. So Kelly Oubre is the only player I can see getting traded. Just because he's a UFA and a small forward. And so if they trade Danny Green and they trade Seth Curry and then maybe a first, they could get Kelly Oubre. I don't think it'd be a 3-team trade. Like, who would they get from the Warriors in a 3-team trade without getting completely ripped off? Kent Bazemore? Brad Wanamaker? Damian Lee? Like, I mean, the only thing that I can think of, I'm trying to think of how this deal would work. If the Sixers give up Danny Green to the Warriors give up one of their bench players to the Sixers, the Pelicans give, I don't know who, I don't really care who, to the Warriors, and then Lonzo Ball to the Sixers in exchange for, well, if they've given up Danny Green, then Seth Curry and maybe Maxey, I don't know. Hold on a second. I need to take a quick break. But I need to make sure that if anybody joins, you're aware of where I am. Can y'all read this? Come on, focus on it. There we go. What if I post it right here? Right up here. No. Alright, let's try this.
I knew something was happening. You started looking at your phone, getting all nervous. I know.
There we go. I don't know if y'all can read that, but I'll be back. Taking my phone with me. Actually, you know what? I'll leave this for you. You guys can listen to ESPN.
That's a tip-off here. We're past midnight. It is trade deadline day. And that's one to
Rhodes, you're tweeting that. You're tweeting that because you have more Twitter followers than the people watching us.
Back to Orange. Orange for three. Let's go.
Down to Orange, straight on three.
Oh, the open for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts. It's a make or mislead. And in my case, it's a make or split. Make or make.
So true. So true. Make buckets. Check out this ball movement from the Raptors. Richard, this is like perfect basketball as a send-off for Pat Lowry. That's what we get.
It's literally coach's porn. That's what coaches get excited about. They get so, like, they get into the film room. They're like, look at this. Look at this. Oh, this is great. They love it.
You won it about 5 times.
Yeah. This is how we need to play all the time. It's like, yeah, all right, coach. Yeah.
I'm not going to follow up after that at all. I'd like to keep my job. Miss excuses. Pacers up too late. 3 seconds left on the shot clock. Karis LeVert hits the dagger. Perk, how you feel about LeVert looking this good this quick after his time off for cancer treatment?
I love it. I mean, we all know how talented he is, but look at the step back, the separation, and the confidence. The Pacers really got them a young stud in Karis LeVert. I'm a huge fan.
Oh, deep.
Nice. So,
Yeah.
number so.
Welcome back, Karis. Welcome back, Karis. Good to have him back on the field.
Nice to see. All right, let's move on to Make Vision. Mr. Luka Doncic looking off the defender, then finds Maxi Kleber for the corner 3, but then check out Mason Plumlee with a tip pass to Jeremy Grant. So, Rob, which do you think was better?
Oh, the tip pass by far is
Yeah?
better. You know, we've seen Luka do this so much. It's like giving
You're penalizing him because he's good all the time?
Yes, we have to
Yeah, we have to because this guy right here does it all the time, Luka. But the tip pass, no look to the corner for 3, that's more impressive any day because
That I
Luka
get.
does it all the time.
And Rachel, to add to that, he's a big man that did that. So anytime a big man is dropping down like that, you got to raise the roof.
Perk standing up for big men everywhere. All right, Miss Ford's Nets Jazz. Shot goes up. Rudy has inside position and then decides to flop. Perk, your thoughts?
I mean, I just was never a guy that was a flopper, so I don't know. I was a big man. I had certain rules and certain mores that I stood by. So RJ can tell you more about flopping, Rachel, because he was, he did that in his career.
First of all, just because I'm light skinned doesn't mean that I flop. Okay, let's put that out there. Secondly, if he gets pushed and I get pushed, it's the same push. You get bit by a mosquito, I get bit by a mosquito, it hurts the same. So he got pushed. It's like, yeah, it might be a little this, but look, he got pushed. Was there not any doubt?
It's a push from a guy with a lower center of gravity, so it hurts a little bit more.
Well, yeah, push him in his lower back.
Richard mentioning porn and being light skinned in the same 25 seconds.
You
Again,
just did it back to back.
trying to get fired before this show is over. Hey, let's get back to the fact this is a trade deadline show because, give me some smoke, Manny. Make it happen. According to Woj, the Hawks and Clippers discussing a trade for Rajon Rondo, sources telling ESPN. 40 minutes left until the deadline. Perk, you have been on this train for a month now, willing this to happen, trying to speak it into existence. Why do you think this is the answer for the Clippers? Because they have had so many issues at point guard.
Because they don't have a leader, Rachel, and they should have signed Rondo this offseason, but that's neither here or there. But Ty Lue wants Rondo. They have a great relationship from the Boston days, and he's going to take
I have
pressure off
returned.
of Kawhi Leonard and PG. PG asked for a bigger role. He wanted the ball in his hands more, but he can't have it. So
What did I miss?
Like Rondo that's going to set them up so that they could be who they are, and that's scorers and wing defenders, him and Kawhi. So I love it if they could.
Hawks and Clippers have been discussing a trade for Rajon Rondo. 40 minutes left until the deadline now. How good has Rajon been recently?
But it just has felt so much that they haven't had someone to organize their offense in those key pressure moments. Rajon, not the player he was with Boston and Ty Lue, but do you think just won a title last year?
3.9 points per game. That's not really that good. Who does he play for anymore? Atlanta. Well, that would have been a pretty big trade about 10 years ago. More than that, but I didn't even know Rajon Rondo was still playing basketball, to be honest. I remember him from the Kevin Garnett days.
Is the guy that he says he wants to have a lot. Yo, come off some screens. do little things to make the game easy for you. Kawhi, same thing. You two guys don't need to handle the rock. Let Rondo do that. Make the game easier for you so you can score and save some rest for the defensive end. Well, isn't it funny?
I got the Sixers hat on now, by the way, in case y'all didn't notice.
And who are trying to get him? Champion.
Oh, the Clippers would get him? Oh, so they're just getting him for like a bench player. He's worth like a 2024 second round pick at best.
That know how to run teams that command respect not just from players, but also other teams.
What is, just out of curiosity, what is Steph Curry's contract at this point?
Chris Paul's been one of the best point guards, and look at the impact that they've had.
40 million? Oh, no, they don't have enough. The Sixers definitely do not have enough for him. They got to shed like a ton of their the money that they're spending right now.
In Miami. And
the Lakers. And now you want to sit up there and praise how PG and everybody else are changing the game. I mean, you can't straddle the fence.
Yes, you
feel this way or you feel that way.
What is the
Have you not been paying attention to RJ?
Cat Max Space? Okay.
Absolutely, he can straddle the fence. The man is a specialist.
No, see, this Perk is calling me out on something that is not accurate and not real. What I was saying is
Cat Max Space are negative 38 million. Well, that's not good.
Do you want to give him up for a rental? Do you want to give up Tyler Hero, who's 21 years old, and if it doesn't work, Kyle Lowry can go sign with somebody else, and you lost Tyler Hero? Look, that's what I was saying. It's not that the veteran leadership isn't value or that he's not great. I just know you got to be careful what you give up for him.
But RJ, that's not a valid point because Schroeder's in the last year of his deal, so he's also a rental.
Oh, okay. So they basically pay luxury tax.
Right now, it's not a guarantee that if the Lakers keep him, he's going to sign back there. He's been back and forth trying to get a contract extension and haven't agreed on it. So he's a rental as well, right?
Yeah, correct.
The Sixers on hard cap, though.
Can you tell that these guys were former teammates?
I don't understand a lot of this stuff, to be completely honest. Hard cap, soft cap, all this crap.
Well, all right, let's talk a little Victor Oladipo, friends, because he also is a rental. He's in the final year of his contract with the Rockets. There's a lot of interest in him around the league. Steven Silas said that Oladipo was at practice with the team today. Not that surprising. He's not a good guy.
He showed up for work.
Right.
Congratulations.
But relevant that he's not already on a plane to somewhere else. And by the way, showing up for work is an accomplishment in today's profession.
Yes, he is.
So there you go.
Works here.
Robert, how much value do you think the Rockets can wring out of Victor Oladipo? Because, look, he's had the injury history. He's never quite gotten...
I wonder where they think Oladipo is going to go.
But he is a trade chip for them.
He has a lot of talent. He has a lot of
All right, I'm about to switch to watching ESPN on here.
Stuck in my mind because if there's been an offer for other people, it had been out there by now. It had been moved a long time ago. We just get rid of
And just like, come on, play.
Do some damage on a championship team.
Yes, I have Xfinity. I should already be logged in with Xfinity. There we go.
This guy is a guy who can score more consistently than KCP in a situation like that, but the injury bug.
This is not going to work. You know what? Nah, forget this.
Yeah, but it's the value. It's like,
I wanted to get it so I can just like easily refresh Twitter, but I can't.
So your value that you might want in return from them.
Also trading Rajon Rondo to the Clippers for Lou Williams. They got it.
Control room is nicer. It is official now, according to Adrian Wojnarowski. In fact, Rajon Rondo going to the Clippers. The whole panel, of course, was just talking about why they think this is good for the Clippers. But let's take that conversation to the next level. Robert, how much do you think this moves them up in terms of actual title contenders in the West?
They're probably number one right now because I'm saying that only because LeBron is hurt. We don't know how bad LeBron
Lou Williams was their third string point guard.
Rondo coming there. they just got a lot of leadership on that court because
second string shooting guard. I don't know if you give him up. I mean,
the most important thing right now is
Lou Williams is actually. This is a bad trade, in my opinion.
we have the pieces.
He's averaging 12 points per game.
That they need. Well, and I look at the Denver Nuggets. I look at the Denver Nuggets and say that you needed to make a move.
Rajon in his career only averages 10 per game. Rajon Rondo had 10 points versus the Kings. That might have been a season high. I think that's a bad trade.
I like Serge. I like the way Serge is playing, but I feel like, there's a difference between him and Montrez. So I just think that right now.
Look at his game log.
You want to say that because you don't know about the health of the two Lakers stars. I think the Clippers and the Denver Nuggets, in my opinion, are the two teams that I would really look at to make those types of runs.
He had 12 points in a game against Detroit. That was a season high.
Way to Atlanta. You guys didn't mention the Jazz or the Suns in that conversation.
The Jazz and the Suns, there's still a lot more to prove. And I know the Jazz, even Rudy Gobert said it himself. We act like we have to go and do something in order for people to believe in us. So I'm just, I'm echoing that. I believe that they have all the talent. They are one of the best teams they have been all year, but they have to go and do it in order to make believe it.
Yeah, they have talent, but the other teams just have more talent.
Kirk, what about you? Where do you think this move puts the Clippers with Rajon Rondo coming in and Lou Will coming out?
Well, first of all, shout out to Lou Will. He gets to eat all the
lemon
Hey, thank you, Lou. But listen, with Rajon Rondo coming in, now you have that voice in the locker room where Ty Lue don't have to be the voice and the leader all the time. And we all know, all three of them know how critical it is for guys to be on there.
Some Miami Heat fans said on Woj's Twitter under the announcement of this trade, he said source, and there's like 7 question marks. And the guy below said, basically, bro, it's a Woj. Dude, that's crazy. I love Twitter. Sometimes I don't when I go on trending, but you see when people are getting upset over donuts. But for the most part, this is funny.
Just 25 minutes to go until the deadline. Kyle Lowry's still on the board. Victor Oladipo.
I still think this is a bad trade.
Refreshing my feed every 5 seconds. Josh, you know what you got to do. Just watch the jump.
Well,
Keep you up to date.
It doesn't work like that, Josh. You just keep. You guys doesn't work that.
We'll have so much more coming up in the show.
30 minutes till we start actually getting trades.
Before the deadline, the clock is ticking. Stick with the jump.
Clippers also send 2 future second-round picks to Hawks in a deal. This is such a bad trade.
I'm Jason Tatum. Check out my Subway sub with delicious turkey and crispy bacon. I'm Draymond Green with my Subway sub with tender steak and melty cheese. My sub will help you put points on the board, unlike some other subs. Why would you say that, Jason? Hey, man, just talking about subs here. Oh, come on. My sub is going to throw down. My sub has more rings than your sub. My sub has bacon. Who's better? Be better. And not buy one sub, get 150% off, and yes, Subway.
Such a bad deal.
These are the people who work on the front lines.
I don't know what you're thinking. If he winds up being any less efficient than Lou Williams, you've lost this trade. I mean, yeah, that's kind of like the basis, but don't even talk about the second-round picks in the future. That's a bad 1-for-1 deal. Not to mention the fact that they're giving up second-round picks. That's... Come on, Daryl Morey. Don't make a trade like this one.
Chosen by someone who thinks farming and supporting organic before it was cool. There's mighty high standards in that salad bowl because that's what makes us whole.
LA Clippers veteran guard and former 6th man of the year Lou Williams indicated this week that he will retire if the team trades him. Okay. Welp. This was March 3rd this article came out.
Save over $700. Saving is easy when there's their phone. Allstate. Click or call. Switch today.
miss going to the games we love.
Celebrate those closest to us.
But we have reason to hope.
And the ball is in our court.
Wear a mask and keep a social distance.
Vaccines are rolling out.
Get informed. Talk to your doctor.
And when it's your turn, take the shot against COVID-19.
The vaccines are safe, effective, and
All right, what is Philly voice saying? Still nothing?
and get back in the game.
People on Twitter are talking about how the Knicks haven't done anything. Are you kidding me? They got Austin Rivers, bro. So apparently the Sixers are out on Lowry. So I guess Danny Green is staying. Unless they get Lonzo.
Get the latest styles of women's sports apparel at Fanatics.com. Brands like Nike, DKNY, Dooney & Burke, and Wear by Erin Andrews. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Excellence is in the details.
A deep knowledge of the sport.
And of the market.
Impeccable guidance and a legacy of proven success.
Putting in the work.
With all of this, I'm equipped to handle anything that can come my way.
I wonder what Lou Williams is like thinking right now.
Powered by Home. Powered by Home.
The best teams
Come on.
are powered by Home.
Find out how Home Life can power you at HomeLife.com.
With Drizzly, I can shop a huge selection of beer, wine, and liquor. I just open the app, and it's at my door in under 60
You're going to
minutes.
Atlanta, bro.
Shop from multiple stores in my area and compare prices on thousands of products. Ding dong, Drizzly.
Welcome back to the Jump Trade Deadline Special.
20 minutes till the real stuff starts happening.
Welcome back. I'm Rachel Nichols alongside Richard Jefferson, Robert Ory, Kendrick Perkins. Our insiders are all standing by as news breaks. And now it is time for another installment of Where in the World is Brian Windhorst? Brian, where you at? Oh, yeah.
Miami, Florida. Spring break is raging here, guys. But Miami Heat front office.
You look like you're raging, Brian.
Thank you. That's how I roll. The Miami Heat front office is very much inside, though. We got a game of chicken right now being played with the Toronto Raptors. The Miami Heat have made their offer. The Philadelphia 76ers have made their offer for Kyle Lowry, and the LA Lakers have made their offer. And the Raptors are sitting there deciding. From what I have been told, my latest information is that the Heat have not been willing to put Tyler Hero into that trade package. Now, they made another trade earlier today, picking up Nemanja Bjelica, which adds a power forward to them, which indicates they may be willing to move Kelly Olynyk back to his native Canada, although he won't go there, he'll go to Toronto, in this type of trade. Duncan Robinson is the young player who has been willing, the Heat have been willing to put into the package so far. That has not satisfied the Raptors. There's been some discussion, I've been told, about rookie Precious Achiuwa, their young big man, also possibly being included. But Tyler Hero is the guy that the Raptors want to execute this deal. And in Miami, or in Los Angeles, they want Taylor Horton-Tucker. And if they don't get either of them, maybe they'll do Philly's deal, which I think may have Tyrese Maxey and potentially another first-round pick in.
Maxey and a first for Lowry? And Green, probably. So we're not out. Yeah, they're saying Tyler Hero won't be traded. Right now, Miami Heat's offer is Precious Achiuwa, Duncan Robinson, and Kelly Olynyk. So that Kelly Olynyk, first of all, sucks. Second of all, Duncan Robinson, I don't know what he's doing this. Let me check. Duncan Robinson has been irrelevant for years, but let me just make sure that I got his stats right. Actually, no, he's actually been pretty good this year. Okay. Good for him. He was just bad before last year. I mean, yeah, I would rather... if you're rebuilding, though, Duncan Robinson is 26. I don't know if you would go for that. I mean, Tyrese Maxey is what, like 23? No, not even 23. My man's 20 years old. My man is younger than me. He's a 20-year-old guy. I would so much rather, if I'm the Raptors and I'm rebuilding, I would so much rather have Tyrese Maxey, a first-round pick, and then Danny Green. I mean, Danny Green is older, yes, but you want that veteran leadership. You want that guy that won 3 rings, one with you. I would so much rather have Danny Green, Tyrese Maxey, and a first. Don't just stop. For the love of God, stop talking about Matisse Thybulle, okay? No Matisse Thybulle. I mean, they're not giving up Tyler Hero. Precious Achiuwa, they also mentioned 5.5 points per game. Kelly Olynyk. Kelly Olynyk belongs in a clinic. Somehow 10 points per game this season. But he's 29.
A difficult trade to execute because adding that much salary.
And plus, you got to think of it from a business perspective. The Raptors won a title with Danny Green. Don't you think that automatically makes him kind of a fan favorite? If you're getting rid of Lowry, but you want like a veteran to guide your team, why wouldn't you go for Danny Green? I mean, if you ever go back to Toronto and you have him for next year, they get fans to show up. I mean, yeah, he's going to be a UFA after this year. But, like, you've already got, I don't know. I think if you're, like, in a year, you would take Green. Because he would definitely bring some of the fans back in. Because they'd want to see him, like, after he won a title for them. Also, I put the hat on, by the way. Because Buzzcut Corby isn't as fun as Corby with a hat. They really... I went to a barber the other day. I got a really bad haircut. I've been wearing hats all week. Beanies with suits and stuff. You already know. Never going to Great Clips. Never going to Great Clips. Not that one, anyway. I'm going to start going to Sport Clips.
They have not lived up to expectations. Yeah, Celtics added that dead-eye shooter from 3 because Fournier can knock it down from 3. But what I like best about this deal, even though
15 minutes.
He didn't give up anything but some second-round picks, so that is awesome. So now you have Fournier, and we see Smart sometimes can be suspect, but you do have Smart who play defense. It's like one of those things. You want defense this game, but you want offense with Fournier. So that's the best part about Fournier. He can come in, knock down a 3, he's solid, and he also. One of the things I love to say about him, he makes the people around him better. So, like you said, he's going to open up the lanes for a lot of people.
Brian, producer Danny says you've got an update. Can we do the smoke machine? What do you got?
No, not yet. Not yet.
Thank you. Kathy understands me.
I've been told within the last few minutes the Raptors. I have been told within the last few minutes the Raptors have reached out to the teams and asked them for their last final offer. Basically, in other words, we're about to make our decision. If you want to increase your offer, do it now. Whether or not any of those teams did, yet to be seen. But I do get the impression in talking to executives around the league that the feeling is that the Raptors just are really in a box here, really trying to get more than they are being offered, and the teams are just not willing to bend. Philadelphia, even though they traded for George Hill, I am told that they are still in it, but their offer is in. They're not going to change their offer because they have George Hill. They felt they upgraded. So I don't know if the Raptors are going to hear what they want, but the last and best offer call just went out according to what I've been told.
This is so good.
Was their best offer.
Best reality show on television.
Just don't give up Matisse. I don't know why you wouldn't trade with the Sixers in this scenario. If the Sixers, like, okay, just throw in another first. If the current deal, if the current offer is Maxey, Green, and a first, just throw in another first. I don't care, but don't give up Matisse. Or throw in like a second or something. What the hell just happened here? I just refreshed Woj's Twitter and it took me back an hour. That was weird. And Lonzo Ball is still available. Dude, this is going to be a crazy, crazy 45 minutes. Here are the players that are still available for trading. Kyle Lowry and, well, JJ Redick's available. They might still buy him out, the Pelicans. Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo, Lonzo Ball, Terrence Ross, JJ Redick, Danuel House Jr., Eric Gordon, Ben McLemore? I don't know about him. Danny Green, Eric Bledsoe, Malcolm Brogdon, Cam Reddish, Spencer Dinwiddie, LaMarcus Aldridge, Andre Drummond. I thought Andre just got traded, literally, like a few months ago.
What's my seatbelt story? My car is more than 4 wheels. It's my after-work decompression zone. So when my windshield broke, I searched for someone who really knew my car.
Oh no, they got him last year. That's crazy.
With their exclusive technology,
before COVID.
Then they calibrated the camera attached to my glass, so my safety systems still work.
And now he's going to get traded again, perhaps. The Nuggets are not out on Lonzo Ball. Kyle Lowry, Lonzo Ball, Victor Oladipo. Those are the big names that are going to get traded. Here we go. The moment we've been waiting for. Don't make me pessimistic about this. Give me a win. Give me a win as a Sixers fan. Come on. Come on, Woj. Bring it to me. Bring me Lowry. Or Ball. I don't care about Oladipo. They're not going to get Oladipo. Atlanta Hawks finalizing a deal. Rajon Rondo to the Clippers. Yawn. We already knew that. So ESPN is way behind on this. Their main thing. So I'm just going to keep refreshing Woj. Ten minutes. Here we go. And nothing's even going to happen for another 10 minutes anyway.
Welcome back to the Dubs Trade Deadline Special.
Like nothing's going to be announced.
5 minutes and 20 seconds till the deadline, and some huge names still out there. Ramona Shelburne has joined us now. Ramona, you've got some news to report on the Warriors, right?
Yeah, well, Kelly Oubre is their guy that they are taking calls on until the final deadline here. Right?
Kelly Oubre!
A lot of interest in Kelly Oubre. He cost them a lot of money this year in luxury taxes, but they, like the Warriors usually are, prepared to pay a lot of money.
I was right then. They might actually wind up trading Oubre for Green.
All the way up until the deadline. He went to shoot around this morning, participated in it, but he's sitting here waiting just like the rest of us with 9 minutes left to go.
What do you think, Richard, that Kelly Oubre could give a team? Because we saw how he played in Phoenix, then we've seen how he's played in Golden State. He's been up and down, Austin.
No, he has, but the issue with Kelly Oubre, like Ramona said, is that you know how much he's worth. So it's like if another team takes him on, the salary cap hit, what those ramifications are. And if you're talking about the top teams in the league, they're already normally right at the cap or over the cap. So to bring in Kelly Oubre, unless you're going to give the Warriors an expiring contract that's a higher value, it's just tough. And that's why.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to. I mean, Danny Green, perhaps.
Do you want to pay for
Danny Green and Tyrese Maxey, those are the only guys who I can see the Sixers giving up for Oubre.
But I just don't know what you would get for him.
Yeah, it's not much you can get from him because his contract is too big. He's up and down. It's not like
I would still rather they get Lowry, but, if they wind up getting Oubre, I'm not going to be mad. I'm going to be hyped. If they do anything besides giving up Matisse or, too much, I'll be hyped.
What it is like for these teams, because Brian was just saying on the last segment, okay, Toronto's taking these best and final offers. We've got, again, 7 minutes and 30 seconds left to go. Kyle Lowry still on the board. Victor Oladipo still on the board. Yep. What is it like inside these calls between the GMs?
Well, it's when we get down to the end here, a lot of this stuff has been, okay, show me your final cards here, right? When you're playing in a game of poker, you're bluffing at it, you're guessing at what somebody has, but you're always thinking, what will they do in the last 5 minutes before a trade deadline? What will they finally do? It's excruciating for players too. I mean, I was texting with Duncan Robinson earlier this morning, and he was like, I don't know if I should take my pregame nap. Right? Literally, think about it. Should you take your nap today?
Yes.
I mean, that is what it's like for the team, what it's like for the players. It's intense for everyone involved.
Well, you can keep your routine, but what if you're napping when there's a trade? Guys, come on. What if you're getting traded?
They're not going to show up with a gun and drag him out of his bed while he's sleeping.
I know, but I think he wants to know. I don't think he wants to sleep through his own trade if it happens.
If you can't do them to sleep anyway,
if you can't control it, and it's inevitable, whether you're going to be on the team or
not. Toronto is trading guard Terrence Davis to Sacramento for a future second-round pick. That's really nothing.
And I had to wait to the very end, to the last minute before I found out I was getting traded. And no way I could sleep through that. There's so many things going through your mind.
Terrence Davis averaging 6.9 points per game. Yeah, that's not much.
I was getting traded to the Utah Jazz
as of a minute ago.
Good at the time, so I was stressed the hell out. So it's not just go to sleep and wake up and just find out what happened.
He take his nap? Not can he? He will not be able to sleep. But should he try and get some rest for his pregame nap? The answer is yes.
Kathy, can we get the smoke machine, please?
We got some?
No.
Tweeting about Toronto trading. It's not Kyle Lowry yet, but I still wanted the smoke machine. Toronto trading guard Terrence Davis to Sacramento for a future second-round pick. Ramona, are they trying to clear? I mean, what we know that they're having, as Richard said, a fire sale. They clearly decided they are going to use this time to rebuild, still having a lot of strong assets with guys like Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, so they can reload.
I wonder if I can use two cameras in case something happens.
They finish out this season in Tampa.
Nope, I guess I can't.
It doesn't matter as much for them. But what do you think?
This is going to be a pain to download.
6 minutes, Ramona.
Yeah, this is about clearing roster spots, Rachel. If you're trading Kyle Lowry, you have to make the salaries match here, okay? So depending on which team he
You know what?
the salaries would have to match. Makes $30 million.
I'm going to end this and restart it so I can easily download. I'll be right back.
Players, right? Taking 3 or 4 players. So they need the roster spots here to make this match, and they're trying to accumulate